Hey, what's going on, family? I'm back today to talk about some of these tariffs and some of this other stuff, man, that's going on that affects us, man. So I'm getting ready to talk about this stuff here today, man. I hope y'all like, share, and subscribe. I will greatly appreciate it for sure. Yeah, man, we're gonna start off talking about for one, we're gonna start off talking about. I started to start off talking about one thing, but I think I'm gonna start off talking about this other thing that happened today. Uh, the orange man Trump got to talking to the governor of Maine. The governor of Maine, her name is Mills. Mills of Maine. Uh, she was going to asking her, is she going to comply with the same laws he came with? You know, he trying to come with some of his own laws to tell this woman that she has to comply with. And she told him, she said, no, she was going to comply with the state and federal laws. Okay. So once she tells him she's not complying with what he's talking about, she was gonna comply with the state and federal laws. Then he told her she better do it or she will not receive federal funding. Uh, she told him, well, I'll see you in court. So basically, he telling this woman if she don't comply with the laws that he's coming with, then she's gonna he was gonna she was not gonna receive federal funding. So since she ain't being a yes woman and doing exactly as what he tell her to do, then he wanna uh, stop the funding for her state, which is bizarre and crazy. You know, every state get their federal funding, but now he want to stop this woman's federal funding from receiving federal funding. So he told her then he turned around and told her she better do it or she would not receive the federal funding. So she told him, like I said, she would see him in court. Then he told her he told her he hopes she likes governing, but she would not be doing it very long. So basically, he gonna tell this woman if she don't comply to some stuff that he want her to comply to, then she wasn't gonna receive federal funding for different stuff for her state for the kids and all kind of different stuff. Man, this dude is wild, man. But at least I've seen at least one woman just standing up to this dude to let him know, like, look, man, I'm not gonna comply with what you're talking about. I'm gonna comply with state and federal law. So, you know, I found that rather bizarre. That was something that just happened today with Governor Mills of the state of Maine, which was really, really crazy to me. That's why I wanted to start with that and get that out the way before we go to these tariffs and stuff, because I got a lot of stuff about these tariffs that's going down. And I also have some other things that's going down that I'm here to speak on. And I was trying to really wait before I got over to China. And what I believe I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go over to what happened just the other day over in Turkey. Over in Turkey, Turkey blocked Russia. They because Turkey support Ukraine. Turkey is supporting Ukraine, and basically must have, so Trump gonna tell Ukraine that they would stop the war in Ukraine if they can have if if Russia can have parts of the land that they already took during the war, part of the land that they took in the war. Okay, so what happened was Ukraine wasn't agreeing with that because Trump was Trump and Putin had a meeting without Zelensky being there, which is the president of Ukraine. And so Zelensky was like, nah, he's not agreeing to that. He said he wasn't even there. He needed to be there to sit down to see what's going on and talk about what was going on before they come up with any type of deal. You know what I'm saying? So so Turkey turned around and stood up and told them that Ukraine must have control over over their own land, over their own stuff. They should have control over their own stuff. So really what Trump's trying to do is get Ukraine's natural resources. That's what he's trying to do. He's trying to make deals so he can rape these people out their natural resources, which they always doing, trying to rape people out of their natural resources. And Ukraine wasn't going for it, and Turkey standing in with them. Turkey standing down with them for what everything is. You know what I mean? So, which is a good thing. I respect that. Because they always trying to buffalo bully people out of their stuff. But the main thing that I came here to talk about, I just had to get that off my chest. The main thing I came to talk about was this stuff over here, this going on in China with the tariffs, when the United States put a 60% tariff on China and 25% on Mexico and 25% on Canada. China put a border tax of 10% on imports of U.S. Products coming in to China. They put a 10% tariff on that, and on liquid gases, and on liquid gases and natural resource and natural gases, natural gas products. There is also a 10% tariff on crude oil and agricultural machinery and large engines and cars. So they put this China turned around and put this 10% on the United States on these things, on natural gases, agriculture, and large engine cars. And China has and basically with China doing that, with them putting them tariffs on them like that, what it ended up doing, the way it's going to hurt the United States, man. I don't know why I'm fumbling over my words today. The way it's going to affect the United States is because all this stuff, when they put these tariffs on there, and then they put a 15% tariff on another thing, but I'm gonna get down to that. But with all these tariffs that they putting on here on these people, what end up happening is they making it to where China done shook up the whole automobile industry now with these tariffs and stuff. So with them putting tariffs on and not giving America, not sending these different car parts and cars and different stuff to America, they're the leading auto industry in the world right now that's going on. They actually taking control globally of the automobiles, for the simple fact America needs all these different things. They need the lithium, they need the cobalt, they need the copper, they need some a few other things in order to make these electric cars and stuff of that nature. So what they doing when they on here doing this and putting these tariffs on them, and now these other people, instead of dealing with the United States on cars like General Motors, Fords, and stuff like that, what they do, what makes it happen is that America is not the leading in the world, the ones that's leading this stuff. You know what I mean? They're not leading this stuff. You know what I mean? So, that's what's going on with that. Hey, peace, bro. That's what's up. but you know, America's not leading this stuff no more for us in the auto industry because we don't have all the lithium and the cobalt and the stuff like that. And really, like China is getting this stuff because they're making deals with Africa to where they're able to get the lithium and the cobalt and stuff like that from them because they're making deals with them to where they're making certain African countries just after they kicked America out, they're making deals with the Africans that the U.S. and the French wasn't making because the U.S. and the French have been down there for years, raping them out of all these different natural resources. Okay, so China making the deals with them, so they have plenty of where they could get the lithium and the cobalt and stuff like this. But the difference between the French and the difference between the French and the U.S. when they go down to these African countries, they go down there raping them, talking about they're going to protect them from from people out of the country, from people from terrorists. They tell them they're gonna protect them, but yet and still, it's a lot of these African people getting killed from terrorists. So they ended up kicking them out and bringing like Russia and China in to where they're making deals with them, to where their military is getting thick and where their economics is getting good, where they're getting the food, the seeds, and stuff like that. You know, I would stop trading with America altogether if I were the rest of the world. Bring Trump and Americans to his knees. Yeah, yeah, bro. Yeah, DOD. You're right, bro. Because that's what they're doing right now. That's what they're doing right now with BRICS. They got this thing called BRICS. It's a financial institution where a lot of these countries is coming together. It's about 20 something of them so far in BRICS, and there's a lot of them waiting to be able to join BRICS. They got to go through a process to join them, and that's what they're doing by not dealing with them. That's how come when America put the tariffs on China, China came back with a strategic move to be able to take over the automobile industry. So that's what they're doing in a lot of these different countries. I know about bricks. Yeah, that's what's up, bro. That's what's up. Yeah, you keeping up with what's going on. And if you look like probably about 5 6 months ago, it was only six countries in BRICS. Now it's a gang of them. They got Ethiopia, they got Nigeria, they got South Africa, they got Brazil, they got man. I'm gonna go over all of them. I'm gonna look on my thing and I'm gonna look and tell you all these different countries. Matter of fact, I'm gonna do that right now, bro, because you know BRICS is that's what's gonna take over because that way they can lower the American dollar by not using dealing and trading with America. And what the orange man doing, dumbass Trump and Elon Musk is up there doing, they doing just that. They helping BRICS because that's going to make other countries want to join BRICS because everybody's tired of you messing up their economy when they don't have to even deal with you. And that's the whole thing about it because mostly everything that comes to this country is coming from these different countries. You know what I mean? And they took Ketoff out for not wanting to use American currency. Yeah, but a lot of them is trying to get rid of American currency. That's their whole point. That's the whole point of BRICS, where they're not using their currency. What they're doing, they trading amongst each other with trade or using their own currencies. That's the point of what BRICS is doing. You know, and that's the first thing they doing is trying to hurt the country economically, which is a smart move. And I'm gonna give you some of the countries right now, DOD, this in BRICS right now. You got Brazil, you got Russia, you got India, you have China, you have South Africa, you have Egypt, you have Ethiopian, you have Indonesia, you got Iran, you got UAE, you have Belarus, you have Bolivia, you have Cuba, you have Kazakhstan, you have Malaysia, you have Nigeria, you have Thailand, you have Uganda, and it's another country that I can't even pronounce. But it's a whole bunch of other ones that's waiting to join on with BRICS, and they look goofy, I guess, out for not wanting to use American products. Yeah, that's right. But yeah, man, they got all these different countries, but then they even got even more countries than that, bro. They even got more countries than that. And then another thing, China disrupted the auto industry because China has lower prices globally. They are releasing new cars quickly, including electric cars. So when you dealing with China, they doing mass productions and they making cars quickly. So America can't even keep up with that with what they doing. So all they doing is biting off their nose and spite their face and thinking that they're doing something to these other countries. But really, once these countries leave from dealing with them with this trade and stuff, all behind bricks in different countries dealing with each other, they're not coming back. So it's gonna lower the American dollar. It may not be happening today, but it's gonna happen. And the trade war between the U.S. and China, China is a supplier of parts, brakes, wheels, and electronics. They supplying all this stuff to even make these cars with. And that's what people are not understanding, and people think that they put these tariffs on China, that's going to hurt China. No, it's not going to hurt China. It's going to hurt America, because America is not going to. China is not going to be wanting to even deal with America, period, after all this stuff is said and done. And the U.S. exports decline, and China exports have increased. China will disrupt the whole auto industry about a 30% decrease. So it's going to be like about a 30% decrease in American cars going around here, because America can't pump out cars the way that China is pumping them out, especially electric cars. So like I say, they think they hurting somebody, but they hurting themselves. And then since the tariff war, the automakers they stocks them fail. They stocks them fail. When the stocks get to falling, the stock market is everything. People start selling their stocks. It has to do with these different car dealerships and this car stuff. And so the U.S. stocks has been dropping ever since they use these tariffs and put these tariffs on here. So yeah, the stocks is dropping, and they're gonna drop more and more when it comes to the auto industry and a lot of other industries, because this stuff is affecting more than just the auto industry with these tariffs that you putting on these people. Even China with the oil, with the oil situation. America was sending China so many barrels of oil, and now they stopped doing it. So now China didn't start using. They started to use Russia and Iran. So I don't know, the things that they think that they doing, they ain't doing nothing. Or DOD, smash the like button and share the live stream. Hey, thank you, brother. I really appreciate it, man. I really appreciate it, man. Yeah, like, share, and subscribe, man. Like, share, and subscribe. I really appreciate it. But yeah, man, and then here go another thing about China, because I got a lot of stuff with China going on with these tariffs. When the U.S. China put it. Matter of fact, here we go. When, like I say, China put them tariffs on the people, and China also put a 5% border tax. China put a border tax on imports of the U.S. coal. So when U.S. try to import a coal, they put a 5% border tax on the coal. oh, I said liquid fuel and natural gases. Okay, I said that already. So they put even border taxes on these people. So the stuff that they think they doing, they think they hurting them, but really they hurting themselves. Fort Knox, man. Hey, man, Elon should reconsider something Fort Knox. Hey, man, I heard them talking about this Fort Knox stuff today, man. You know they talking about going up in the mountains and seeing if it's gold and all this kind of goofy stuff, bro. But all the stuff that they talking about, man, is distractions on what they trying to do, man. But really, it's a lot of stuff happening that where no matter what you do, you're not going to be able to come back from all these tariffs and stuff that you're putting on these people because they ain't coming back dealing with you. India spells it get it. I use that spelling. Uh, yeah, man. I understand. Lynn. Yeah. Hey, how you doing, Lynn? Peace to you too, DOD. Thanks for correcting spelling. Yeah, that's what's up. Hey, I've seen it. I've seen it spelled three ways. That's right. Trump is a yeah, man. Hey, man, they goofy, man. They real goofy, man. Everything is stupid about what they be trying to do. And then Canada said Canada said uh, that they were going to ban U.S. liquor from imports into Canada. And so now Canada is banning stuff into Canada, and they also is stop shipping. They're going to stop shipping stuff to the USA, like dairy products and different stuff like that we need. And that's why these farmers are out here crying. If you look on YouTube, they on here crying every day, talking about they're going to lose their farms. Everything that they doing with these tariffs and everything, they are hurting the American people. That's why these people are talking about losing their farms. They talking about all this deportation. This stuff sitting up on these farms is dry rotting. And the only thing that's going to happen is these stores, it is going to hurt everybody in these stores where these food prices is going to be sky super high. And they already high, but they're going to get way off the chain high. In a minute with what they doing, because these farms is gonna start shutting down. We ain't gonna be getting different stuff that we get from different people, wheat, grain, all this different stuff that we get, or either we export. You know, all that stuff is going to hurt the people. It's hurting the people that they deporting up out of here. It's hurting the people that's still here that got these farms that need people to come and help and get this stuff, man. So all these tariffs is doing nothing but hurting the American people. And when people was hearing tariffs, they was acting like they didn't know what tariffs mean or something. I don't understand that. But people should look up stuff to see what's happening. And then Canada also said that they like if they keep like messing around, if they keep messing around with this tariff thing with them, they're not going to let no American imports come in, and then they was going to shut down the energy because New York and New York and Detroit depends on Canada's grid in order for lights and gas and stuff like that. Detroit depends on that, and New York depends on that. So you talking all this stuff to these people that help keep America even running. So I don't even understand the hype. Thanks for correcting my spelling. Okay, true. Yeah, man. It's just crazy what's going down, and people don't realize all the hurt that is doing to people. People are not realizing that, and the problem is is gonna hurt everybody. People be feeling like, oh, it's just hurting the people that's getting deported. Oh, it's just hurting these people. You're looking at these federal jobs and all this stuff that people losing their jobs. I see all these white women on there crying every day about they lost their job because they thought they wasn't DEI. They the biggest beneficiaries of DEI. It starts with them. That was after we went out here and our ancestors went out here and fought for it and died for it. And now they the greater beneficiaries of it. And now you see it's hurting you. So now all that racist stuff that they was on, guess what? Now they want to roll that back. It's too late. I heard one of the governors or senators of one of the states said when Biden was in, he was getting his insulin for $6-8. He said he went to go get his insulin. Now his insulin is costing him $80 a vial for his insulin. So everything is busy going up. And then I'm gonna tell y'all another thing too, to be on the lookout for what's real, bro. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna tell you what's real out here, family. The crazy part about it is now he want to push this thing about, oh, we're gonna give you $5,000. Man, what the hell is $5,000 is gonna do for anybody? Which it's not gonna pass anyway. But you're throwing these smoke screens out here for people to bite off of this little $5,000. Man, you've been to spend that $5,000 in groceries by the time this groceries get as high as they're gonna get, and it's just crazy, man. Canada relies on crude oil. If Canada take it away, it'll make it go gas. And then not only that, that's another thing. Canada, America, we depend on crude oil coming from Canada, okay? And they stop that. Guess what happens? We depend on that crude oil coming from them. And if they do that, guess what? Your gas is going to go up. Your gas is going to be even higher. You know what I mean? Man, and then Canada's the same way as like China say. Canada said we're going to ban U.S. liquor from our port and into Canada, and cutting energy in Detroit. And yeah, I said that already. And not only that, like I said, in America, we depend on Canada's crude oil. And guess what? You dealing with all these people and you playing about this oil situation, and it's gonna make gas higher for the people. All this stuff is affecting the people. It ain't affecting these billionaires and these millionaires. You know what I'm saying? So this is crazy, man, and people need to know this. But people always be talking about this tariff thing. You know, people always talking about this tariff thing, which doesn't make any sense. You know, and thinking that this dude is doing something so slick and so good, and then now I'm gonna go and U.S. U.S. slows down. Oh, I did that part. But check this out. I'm gonna go all the way to something else, man. I'm going all the way to Africa, because what people don't realize, they can expect blackouts. Yes, ma'am, Lynn, for sure. And let me tell y'all something. This is the thing about Africa, man. People have to realize that most of these things that I be sitting on here talking about, like copper, oil, platinum, cobalt, lithium, and so many more natural resources comes from Africa. That's why all these countries want to be down there and want to try to take over and run and regulate stuff down in Africa so they can ship stuff to they countries for their economics, okay? And now the thing that's going on now is Africa is getting smart, and they kicking the French and they're kicking the United States out of their countries, because they supposed to be down there saying that they're going to help these people from tariffs and stuff of that nature. Okay, but the more they stay down there, the more that the African people and new people are coming in power down there. New young people are coming in power down there, and they kicking these people out, and they making trades with places like China and Russia and different places like that. That's coming down to where they making their military big. They making all these stuff go, and in a lot of parts of West Africa, they have a lot of them speak French, and a lot of them speak French, and a lot of them use the French franc, which is the money. That's what they're using. But now they kicking these people out of here, telling them get the hell out of here. Like in Chad, they did it. Burkina Faso, they did it. In Nigeria, they did it. In Mali, they did it. In South Africa, now that's why they talking about South Africa. You know that damn fool Elon Musk, he's from South Africa. He, like I said before in another video, he did 4 decades down there within the apartheid, and he's trying to use that same type of system around here to make this dude to where he's a dictator. But now these African countries that I just named and a few more, Zimbabwe, they doing land reforms, where now the white farmers just down there that stole all their land and did all that stuff to them in the apartheids and manipulation. Guess what? They taking them farms and they taking all that stuff, and they taking their land back for with the land reform bill. And now they mad because they kicked out of all these countries. You might got like one area that have a little bit of military, one base down there that they're going to eventually get them out there, and they realizing that they could take control over their own stuff and make their trade with their own stuff, so their economy and economics could be right. And then whoever ain't on the right side of that, like America, France, Europe, places like that ain't on the right side of that, guess what? They gonna pay the price, bro. They gonna pay the price, because all that stuff comes from Africa at the end of the day. And that's why I'm always talking about Africa when I come on here, because that's where all this manipulation started, like down in Chad. When Chad kicked them up out of there, kicked the French up out of there, told them get the hell up out of there. But the French had control over it. The way they used to do them people was this. Okay, you can, they had control over their oil, their crude oil. They'll take the crude oil from Africa, take it over to France, have it refined, send it back over there, selling it to them at a higher price, and it wouldn't even be no oil if it wasn't for the crude oil in the first place. And they're using the franc, which is the French dollar. So guess what? They got control over that too. They can make their money go up or go down and charge these people even more to where they ain't never prospering. That's why it always look like the Africans is over there starving when they really not. They being misused and they being misled and they being manipulated. But them days is over. Is getting to a point to them days is over. And now they're getting them people out of there. Now the French is in trouble. The Europeans is in trouble. America is in trouble. All these people are in trouble. And then you got to look at it like this too. America then already backed away from the United Nations and all that. They sitting out here on their own by themselves. All your allies that you used to have, Canada, Mexico, Europe, all these allies that you used to have, guess what? They ain't even dealing with you. You sitting out here by yourself. Why? Because you putting tariffs on everybody. You putting tariffs on everybody's stuff like you running something. And really, at the end of the day, you ain't running shit. Just to be honest. They can expect the Black House, okay, and Saudi does have starvation issues. But Saudi Arabia is going to actually be all right though, and the Saudis is going to be all right because man, they sitting on so much oil to where they going to be all right. I don't think that they are having starvation issues down there. Now a lot of places that where I feel like they having Saudi is not Saudi Arabia. Okay. I got you. My fault. Sorry, Lynn. Sorry, sweetie. Running his mouth. Who's running their mouth? Who you talking about? I don't know. Who you talking about? You talking about Trump? DOD? But yeah, man, it's just like it's crazy. The things that they think that they doing to people, all they doing is hurting themselves, man. Because this brick nation is gonna be something crazy. And if you notice, they got people in bricks just not far from the borders in America. And like I said on this other on one of my other videos, Trump. Oh, that's what's up, DOD. You sure right. And like I said on one of my other videos, I'm always an American. Yes, sir. And another thing I said on another video was this, man. What was crazy is that, like, man, and what the Africans is finally figuring out, man. I want y'all to think about this. I want you to just think logically about what I'm getting ready to say. I know I said it before, but it's so important so you can see the bigger picture that I'm getting at right here. Here go the thing. Think of Africa, this big continent, one of the, I think the biggest or the second largest in the world, the biggest continent in the world, okay? And I want y'all to think about this. I mean, real logically. Okay, you got this country with billions of people, a lot of people down there, at least a billion plus down there, right? And out of that whole continent, you got 54 countries. You have 54 countries. Now, back in the day when they was being colonized and stuff like that, guess what? They took Africa and they chopped it into 54 countries, like I said before. So it's easy when you want to come in there and take something from them and steal something from them. Guess what? It's easier because your army ain't as big. You don't have as many people, and we could take advantage of you because we're a big superpower, right? But I'm going to roll it back to America. You look at America. You look how big America is, right? How come we don't have borders like Africa do with all these 54 different countries with borders with a gate sitting right here? Why America don't have borders? Why Europe don't have borders? Anything in Europe is in Europe and then the border comes. Anything in America is America and then the borders come. Like the border wall in Mexico would just stop the line. But it's none within. The whole continent is none within. But when you get down to Africa, they got borders. Why? Because they can be able to control. They can be able to control. Let me see. Hold on 1 second. What's Lynn? I'm in Puerto Rico. We are Americans, but we are a colony of America. They use us to make their pharmaceuticals, but treat us like crap. Oh yeah, because they don't care. You heard what the idiot said about Puerto Rico. He didn't even realize Puerto Rico was America. I don't think, because he stood up and said Puerto Rico was a shithole country. I remember when he went down there, he was throwing paper towels at people after these people that ain't got no water, no lights, no gas, then lost their homes, they lost their family members, and all that. This man don't give a shit about nothing that ain't white. That's the bottom line to it all. And you're right about that, Lynn. But you take and you cut all this stuff out, and you chop this place up like that, and you put all these borders. Now think if all these African people, it was one country like the United States was. Do you know how big that army would be? Do you know how powerful that country would be with all the military stuff that they got, and then this new military stuff that they getting from these other countries like China, like Russia, all this new military stuff that they get now? Just think of how that country would be. They would be untouchable, and then they got more natural resources than anybody, than any other country. All the natural resources come from them. From them. Like I said in a different video, man, I just have to keep reiterating this. Man, that's why America is over there trying to protect Taiwan from China, and China is Taiwan. Taiwan is a part of China. It always has been. Look it up. Go back, look it up. You would see it. It's always been China. I live in LA. If I'm in California and we decide, oh, we're gonna be our own nation, man, our country is not gonna go for that. Let us be our own nation. It's gonna be a problem. And that's the same way China feel. But you know, these people want to be under these old rules, and these new presidents and people that's coming in power is seeing the bigger picture, is that we need to all come together. And the only reason they protect Taiwan is because we get the chips from the cars from Taiwan, the chips for your iPhone, your Android, the chips for your television, your computer. All that stuff comes from Africa. But America gets it from Taiwan because they stealing it from Africa, and they taking the raw product and making these chips and making these things. Now just think if Africa was getting their own money off of selling this stuff to these people, instead of somebody coming down there, oh, we're going to protect you and steal all your natural resources. Let's make it make sense, man. I'm just trying to make all this stuff ties in together. That's how come it has to be a global sense of what's going on. It has to be a global sense what's going on. This man, like I just said, man, this man wants to go down here and take Ukraine's natural resources. That's what Trump said on national TV. Then he want to go take the Palestinians, Gaza and all that from the Palestinians and make it America. Come on, man, this stuff ain't gonna fly. And then once you really look at it, bro, this country only been in existence for what, 400 years, man. These people been in existence since Jesus walked. You know what I'm saying? And then he wants to change the Constitution to where just because you born in America don't make you American. Come on, man. I try to tell people when they overturned the affirmative action. They started with that. Then when they overturned Roe versus Wade, I try to tell people they are not going to stop at that. They are trying to see how far backwards they could take this country to be to where you in Jim Crow, damn near slavery. That's what they trying to do. Hey, what's up, man? Trump ain't gonna take Gaza. No, he's not. But just to let that come out of your mouth, just to let that come out of his mouth was ludicrous enough for me, because Iran and the rest of them other countries down there was like, hell no, they standing with the Palestinians, and you want to turn around and you want to take and shoot the Palestinians over to Egypt. You know, how you gonna just take them and throw them over the African country, what they call a shithole country? What they don't realize is a lot of these countries in Africa is fly as hell. Yeah, they have their rough parts, but shit, every place do. And they can work on infrastructure and stuff. That's cool too. You know. Yeah, man. I'm just saying, man. This stuff is mad, but we sit up here, man, and act like this man ain't doing nothing. And then, hey, DOD, another thing too, bro. Another thing that they be doing too. A lot of this stuff they throw out, and all these executive orders, and all this stuff is smoke screens, and the stuff about Gaza and the stuff about Ukraine. A lot of it's smoke screen, but if they could get it off, believe me, they will get it off. If they could get it off, they would get it off. That's why he signed all these executive orders, and we're going to see what stick. And the stuff that they really want to stick, they want to say, well, they turned this down, they turned this down, they turned this down, and they want to get it to where they're going to pass something. And then they want to wait and refile it back into the Supreme Court to where he feel like he could win it, to where these is all his picks that he put in there, the majority, to where they could get things done. That that's what they trying to do, bro. But all even with us spending time on talking about the smoke screen stuff, we got to talk about it, because if we don't talk about it, guess what? It's gonna slide right by us, and then next thing you know, he done got this law changed and this law done. You know what I mean? The man want to be a dictator, like I was saying a long time ago, man. I was telling people Project 2025. And then when you turn around and you look at it, man. Look at this. Check this out. Lynn and DOD. Check this out. Here go the crazy part. Here go the crazy part. Who in the hell, man or woman, and especially woman, will want Roe versus Wade overturned? Who will want that? Because what folks is not realizing, a lot of this stuff ain't got nothing to do with some people want to have their babies, but they have a miscarriage. But guess what? It's because they have a miscarriage, they still want this woman to carry this baby to term with all these poisons and stuff going through her body and killing them and bleeding out. You know how many women that died from that already before this man didn't even got up in here? I mean, this is crazy to me. And how people could go in there in November and vote against their own interests, I would never understand that. But guess what? Since the Americans couldn't figure it out for themselves, and you got this, the orange man, the orange idiot, and the South African white idiot in there, since you got them in there, they making decisions for you now. And guess what? Now the decisions that they making for the dumb people, not my people, but the people that was out here stupid. And when I say my people, I mean the people that I talk to, I deal with. Now, it ain't no color, no race, no color lines with me. I'm talking about the ignorant folks. But since the people couldn't figure it out for themselves, guess what? They're going to figure it out for you. Now what they're going to do, they're going to starve you out. These other countries ain't dealing with us. We ain't going to be able to make trade with people. The American dollar going to drop. Your food's going to go up. When you go buy a car, guess what? Your car going to be more expensive because they ain't getting the cobalt and the copper and the lithium. They're not getting that. Your food going to go up. Your house is gonna go up because the builders are scared to come to work because they act like just the Latin people only pick the fruit. No, there's a lot of construction workers in that field, and your house is gonna go up because they ain't coming to work. They ain't got no people to go to work. I think it is a woman's choice. Hey, I do too, Lynn. You right. I agree with you. And all this stuff. All this stuff is gonna go up. All this stuff is gonna go up, and all of it is gonna affect you. Everything. They focus on just like the insulin that went up already. The man was paying $6. I remember when Biden fought to get that insulin and several other medications at a cheaper price. But guess what? Now it went back up. And then a lot of these people that went out and voted for Trump, now all of them is on TV crying, talking about they made a mistake. They wish they could take their vote back. But they wasn't listening when folks was trying to tell them. Why? Because they want to be on some racist type time. That's what it's all about. And at the end of the day, that's what a lot of this stuff is about. That's why all the deportations and all this stuff is going on. And why some of my Latin brothers and sisters that want to put white on their applications and stuff like that. Man, that didn't make no sense, man. All you doing is helping them. Why are you trying to push towards somebody that hates you? No matter what you want to put on your application and put what you are, at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, the smoke clear, you're not one of them. And they're going to treat you as so. And the biggest problem, they was mad because the country was coming too brown. It was coming too black and coming too brown. It was coming too multicultural form, and they wasn't the majority anymore. And they can't stand that, and it scares them. Uh, uh, hate makes you stupid. Yeah, you're right, Lynn. It does, sweetheart. It does. It makes people real stupid, and then you hating for a reason you don't even know what you hating for. You ain't even met this person. Shit, me, I don't like people in all kind of different races, but it ain't because the color of their skin. Even black people, there's some black people I don't like. It ain't because the color of their skin, nah. It's because like Martin Luther King said, it was because the content of their character. So you know, when people are thinking on that, just on the racist note, it's crazy to me. But when people voting against themselves because you're racist, and now you thought that it was going to show you how selfish you were, you thought it was going to hurt another group of people, which is dumb to me. You know, why would you want anybody to hurt? I want everybody to thrive, not survive, but thrive. Their birthright has dropped. Yeah, exactly, and that's right, DOD. And the thing about it is, man, the thing about it is, I just don't understand the other people. Them I understand. They've been doing this since the beginning of this country when they came here and rape, killed, steal, and everything else, man, because they're thugs. They call all the other people thugs and rapists, and they the biggest thugs and rapists, man. Anytime you hear mass shooting, you know it's somebody white. And then you know they always try to clean it up. Oh, well, he was such a nice guy. I don't know, something must have happened. But a black or a brown person can kill one person and they swear he's the scum of the earth. And then they won't even keep Billy Bob shooting up parades, or Timothy McVeigh blowing up federal buildings, or the dude down in Buffalo, New York, killing the people up in the in Tops in the grocery store, or down North Carolina with them killing the people down in the church. I mean, the George Floyd and all the way to the police, man, Tamara Rice and all this, man. The police ain't there to protect us. The police is there to protect them. They don't care nothing about us. I'm just saying, man. It's just so real out here, man. It's like, I don't know, family. It's bananas, man. And this stuff that's going on, man. I just need people to wake up and see, man. And then not only that, man. Shoot, everybody in America should be out fighting against all this stuff that's going on with what this dude is doing, because if not, it's going to get even that much worse. It's going to get that much worse if people don't get out here in the streets, because it's power in numbers, man. Hey, everybody, like, share, and subscribe. I would appreciate it. Like, share, subscribe. But anyway, the people, is power in numbers, man. People feels like these politicians and stuff have all the power, man, when they don't. It's the people that had the power. And until the people wake up and see and realize that we are the ones that have the power, because once you have millions of people out here in these streets, and millions of people up there in Washington, and millions of people everywhere, when the people talk, everybody listens. They don't have a choice, bro. They don't have a choice, family. It's just no choice. They have to listen because it's too many people out here, and they know it. And they know it. And anybody that ever studied anything about history would know that. Lynn, dude, it's gonna get darkish pedal is a strange one. Hey, you know what, Lynn, hey, I think that it only get as dark as we allow it to get, even though with the people that made a mistake and they thought it was going to go another way. It's people that will get out and come together and make things happen. Everybody ain't never did nothing. It's always be a lot of people, but you gotta have some to sit back and benefit off of other people's work. But at the same time, at this point, is dark as it's getting, other people are willing to come out and work. And then so when you bring all that together, that's numbers, and it's power in numbers. Let me see, Lynn, Kish Peddle is now head of the FBI. Uh, yeah. They doing all this stuff as far as like with the FBI and CIA and Department of Education and all this stuff. Yeah, they doing all this stuff, but all this stuff that they doing is not legal. And when people come out and fight about that, people could get some of that stuff changed up. You get some of that stuff switched up and changed around, because a lot of things that they in there doing is not legal for them to be doing. They think they can, because they doing it. It ain't nobody out there to stop them. And then them politicians, man, they cannot stop it by themselves, because the voters let too many of them other people in the House and in the Senate. So, and then there are a lot of stuff that they passing is not going through the House and the Senate, and he's doing executive order, executive order, executive order, executive order. But it ain't just enough for the politicians to speak about it. It's people like us that have to speak about it and get out and fight about it, and then that's when everything changes. I mean, I'm gonna show you how there's powers and numbers and how this thing works, man. You remember when George Floyd got killed, right? You had everybody, every nationality, every race, every creed, all the way from I don't care where you come from or what you look like. Everybody was out there, and you see how it changed the game with the police is getting convicted. You see how it changed the game with you had over 30 something countries, not states, 30 something countries was talking about Black Lives Matter and stuff like that. Because when you make an uproar, it makes the news and it goes all around the world and they see what's going on around here. Guess what? Is power in that, because they don't want to be embarrassed by the savagery and the thugs that they are. They don't want to look bad. So therefore, everybody start bowing down, and people want to donate to SBCUs and the black colleges and stuff like that. But really the real problem is a lot of times when we get these people in a corner to where we can't get some things done, and they throw some change out there and everybody feel like it's cool, when it shouldn't be that. People should know what they out here fighting for, and fighting for everybody, fighting for goals to change some things, change some laws, get some stuff done. And right now, what we need to be fighting for is changing what this man is doing to this country. And if you ask me, just to be honest, I don't think it's no get back. I don't think it's no really comeback, but it still don't stop the fight, because it stopped the bleeding before it get all the way bled out. Because like I say, the American dollar ain't gonna be shit in a minute. Just by the way everything's going, in a minute it ain't gonna be about nothing. So Either we sit back and feel like we defeated, or we get out here and fight like the bosses we are, to make things happen, to make things change, to get some type of change, man. Because this stuff is real out here. What's going on, and right now, like some people feeling it and some ain't. And right now, a lot of people gonna feel it, and a lot of people are not. But man, we only been in this for 30 days, man. Family, we only been in this for 30 days. Come on, man. Imagine 6, 7, 8 more months. Just imagine what happens then. Where will we be? Where are we going to be then? Everything's already going backwards. And then everybody think the stuff is high in the stores right now, man. But it's nothing to what it's going to be, because these people are not. These people are not gonna be able to hold on to their farms, because it ain't nobody to do the landscape of the farms to where they getting the food and they getting all this because of these mass deportations. And the people that ain't getting deported, they worried about it because they don't want to go to work and get caught up and be tangled in with the people that they are deporting up out of here. So it's just what they doing, man. And man, come on, man. I've never seen in my life nobody go in the Department of Treasury, the Board of Education, and all this, and go in here and get to talking about they tech gurus and steal everybody's information, man. Come on, man. We got to stand for something or fall for anything. That's all I'm saying. You know, unless you already got plans to vacate the spot, shake the spot. That's the only thing I can see. Because man, it's bad out here. It's bad out here. And it's gonna get even worse, man. And like I say, man, I appreciate everybody that join in and converse with me and talk with me, and we spend this time together, man, talking, trying to see what's going on, trying to figure it out, trying to give and exchange information with one another, man. Because man, it's real out here right now, man, and folks don't get it. Folks don't get it. So I appreciate everybody. And I appreciate everybody that subscribe to me, man. And whoever ain't, I appreciate if you like, share, and subscribe, because I'm out here trying to deliver facts on real stuff that's going on, not something I thought or something I made up. I'm talking about what I'm seeing, what's going on out here, man, because it's real out here, man. And like I say, most of all, especially Lynn and DOD, man, I appreciate y'all chiming in and speaking on stuff with me. And Lil Ant, I appreciate you chiming in and speaking on stuff. I appreciate it all, man. It's all to the good, man. But we got to do something, man, and figure out some things, man, and give out proper information to the people that may be asleep, the people that don't know what's going on, or think that it's cool. But a lot of people, they start to wake up and smell the coffee on what it is, you know. But it's real out here, man. And like I say, man, over in like I say, over in Chad, man, over there in Africa, man, I'm telling you, man, they kicked them people out, man. And I believe that these countries is trying to get rid of the franc. And the sooner they could get rid of the franc is on. And the crazy part, man, as far as Europe and France and all that shit, man, they out there on their own, man. They're out there on their own, man. They ain't got no allies. Not coming from over this way. And then Netanyahu, they down there, they trying to do ethnic cleansing down there on the Palestinians. And you ask me, they've been doing a job on them, and them out of anybody. I don't even understand why you would even be trying that after what Hitler did to you. And then what I need people to realize too, man, is, man, people be acting like, man, this stuff, all this stuff that happened to folks happened a long time ago, man. Man, Martin Luther King was assassinated in 1968. Malcolm X back somewhere around that time. Man, that ain't been that long ago, bro. Ain't been that long ago. So when people try to act like slavery and Jim Crow and all that stuff was just that long ago, you go to the 60s, 70s, 80s. It was Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, and people like that back in the 60s. Then you had the Black Panthers and stuff like that in the 70s, and then the 80s. And then now you got the 90s, 2000, man. Them ain't nothing but a few decades ago, man. This stuff ain't been that long ago, man. But hey, I appreciate everybody tuning in, man, and I appreciate everybody that joined in and converse with me, man. I appreciate y'all, man. Like, share, subscribe, man. This is AK International, man, and y'all enjoy your weekend. And I'll see y'all back here tomorrow or Sunday for sure. Hey, enjoy your weekend. Be safe. Be smart with your money, man, because they're going to try to make it rough for you out here, man. And don't spend with those that don't support us, man. So y'all enjoy y'all weekend and like, share, subscribe, and I'm out, man. Have a good one. Much love.